he would sell out humanity for personal power. I mean, wow, what a quote. That's a stunning accusation from one tech titan, Elon Musk, aimed directly at another, Sam Altman. But look, this isn't just your average corporate squabble. This is a story about the battle for the future of artificial intelligence itself.
So let's get into it. Today we're unpacking what seems like an inevitable collision between Musk and Altman. It's a conflict that's been brewing for years, and it could literally define the future of AGI for all of us. All right, Section 1, a stark warning. And this is not some new disagreement, not at all. According to our source, Musk has been raising the alarm about Altman for years. He even supposedly compared him to Littlefinger, the master schemer from Game of Thrones. That tells you everything.
But here's the crazy part. To really get why this feels like a betrayal, you have to go back to the beginning, to the partnership. So Section 2, an unlikely alliance. Because believe it or not, this whole saga started with these two brilliant minds coming together for what seemed like a genuinely noble cause.
I mean, just look at how in sync they were. They meet up in the early 2010s. By 2014, they're having regular dinners talking about how AI could literally end the world. This leads to this massive meeting in June 2015, all about creating a check on Google's growing power in AI. And then, boom. By December of that same year, OpenAI is born.
So, what was OpenAI supposed to be? The original idea was simple, and it was powerful. It was founded as a non-profit research lab. The mission was crystal clear. Make sure AGI, artificial general intelligence, benefits everybody, not just a couple of powerful corporations. It was meant to be open, a safeguard for our future.
So, where did it all go so spectacularly wrong? Well, that takes us right into Section 3, the betrayal of a mission. This is the moment that shared vision just begins to completely fall apart.
According to the source material, the warning signs about Altman were there long before OpenAI. At his first startup, Looped, he was accused of faking user numbers and apparently faced 2 different attempts to kick him out. Then, as president of the famous Y Combinator, he was accused of self-dealing, funneling money from his personal venture capital firm into YC companies. This allegedly got him fired by the founder, Paul Graham, in 2019, but the source claims he kept listing himself as chairman in official SEC filings for years. That's a bold move.
So by early 2018, the whole alliance is toast. Musk is deeply worried that OpenAI is losing the AI race to Google, so he proposes this radical new plan to take charge and supercharge its progress. But Altman and the board? They said no. They weren't about to give up control. And for Musk, that was a deal breaker.
And this quote right here, it explains exactly why he felt that way. The danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads. When you believe that, when the stakes are that high in your mind and your team won't move, you can see why he saw it as a catastrophic risk. He resigned from the board that February.
Now this is the heart of the betrayal, at least from Musk's point of view. Just look at the comparison. The original nonprofit was all about being open source, benefiting humanity, putting safety first. After Musk leaves, Altman allegedly engineers this total flip. Suddenly, it's a for-profit company that's closed source, locked into a huge deal with Microsoft, and driven by profit. A complete 180.
A change that big doesn't just happen in a vacuum, right? It set off a massive chain reaction, which brings us to our next section, a cascade of controversy.
The internal chaos just exploded into public view in November 2023. Remember that? OpenAI's own board fired Altman. Their reason? He was not being consistently candid, which is basically corporate speak for lying. The source we're looking at points to accusations of a toxic atmosphere, even psychological abuse. Now, yeah, he was reinstated in a matter of days, but the damage was done. The curtain had been pulled back.
And then there were the products. The text-to-video model Sora is presented by the source as the poster child for this new, maybe reckless direction.
Just get a load of these numbers. The source alleges Sora was burning through an absolutely insane $15 million per day just in computer costs. And what did they get for all that cash? A grand total of $2.1 million in lifetime revenue before the project was reportedly shut down. I mean, that's a financial catastrophe. The source even claims it's what led Disney to pull $1 billion investment. And the fallout wasn't just financial, it was about people. In 2025 alone, more than 10 top executives reportedly just walked out, many of them citing concerns over safety and the insane rush to make money. And let's not forget, Dario Amodei, a key figure, had already left years earlier to start Anthropic, a competitor literally founded on the idea of AI safety first. So all this chaos brings us right to the present day, and to our final section, the battle for AI's future. And just a heads up, this is where the story takes its darkest turn.
Okay, we need to address a highly sensitive and tragic event here. The death of a former OpenAI researcher, Suchir Balaji. The official story is one thing, but the source material raises some very serious questions, asking, was this a tragic suicide, or was it something more?
Let's be very clear and just lay out the conflicting narratives presented in the source. On one side, you have Sam Altman's account, the tragic suicide of a friend. On the other, the source points to what it calls counter-evidence, Balaji's own mother claiming he was murdered on Altman's orders. There are reports of a struggle, of cut camera wires, and the fact he'd just returned from a vacation with no suicide note. Again, we are simply presenting the claims as they appear in the source material, without taking a side.
And this all culminates in this massive legal showdown. Elon Musk is suing OpenAI and Microsoft for over $100 billion. But this isn't just about the money. The lawsuit is really trying to do two things: force Sam Altman out and compel OpenAI to return to its original nonprofit for all of humanity mission.
Which brings us to the core question of this entire saga. This is so much bigger than a fight between two billionaires. It's really a fundamental conflict over the soul of artificial intelligence. It all comes down to this. In this frantic race for AGI, who's actually protecting humanity's best interests?